Well, a few weeks ago, some young filmmakers from right here in West Alabama made a trip out to Hollywood to show off their films and earn some recognition. And one of those students did very well with not just one movie, but two. Xavier Burgin's our guest today on First at 4, and he's here to tell us about his films Portrait of a Storm and Bottom of a Glass. Xavier, thank you very much for being with us today.
Same here. I'm happy to be out here.
Well, I'm glad we finally got you. You've been a tough man to track down.
Yeah, it's been a whole lot going on ever since.
You've been busy, right?
Yeah, ever since we won out there, man, it's been a whole bunch of people either calling me or asking me about, like, being interviewed or talking about it. CBS 42 hit me up. ABC 3340 asked me to come out and interview for it, and actually went on the news for that, plus a whole bunch of features in different magazines talking about, like, the win I had out there for Best 3D Film for the documentary I did about the tornado that hit.
Let's show a little of that real quick, and you can keep on talking. We're going to roll it. This is your documentary, and this is Portrait of a Storm, right?
Yes.
All right, I'm sorry to interrupt. Keep going.
No, it's fine. Like, one of the biggest things you're seeing right now is, like, right after everything happened, I went straight to, like, some of the people who were out there at that moment going through it, and asked them to let me get all of their footage that they took from it. And, like, I took their footage. I got with other people. Like, I went out and shot a lot of stuff of the aftermath, took photographs of it. Then I had somebody to also do the musical score for the entire film as well. So it was a really, really big collaborative effort. But, like, at the central part was me just trying to get everything together to make something for this.
And this won a great recognition. Tell the folks at home what that was.
But the awesome thing about it was that it won out in Los Angeles for the Campus Movie Fest International Grand Finale, and it got because we had the first ever 3D film festival for students, and over 60 other filmmakers were in it as well, vying for the competition, and I ended up winning out because of this, and I got a $5,000 scholarship.
There you go. Congratulations. Remarkable footage. Let's go ahead and move over to your other film. I actually happen to like this one a little bit better. I've seen so much tornado video that I'm weary of it, but this is pretty neat, and this is Bottom of a Glass, and this was entered into which category?
It was into drama. I ended up winning Best Drama at the University of Alabama for Campus Movie Fest for this film, and what actually really set it apart from a lot of the other films there is because even though it's a very dramatic movie, we decided to do something that was a little bit different, and we decided to use as the main protagonist puppets. So, that really caught a lot of people off guard.
Because you open with actual people in a vehicle, and you can, it's very easy to see what happens, and then you see this puppet here right now, and it's kind of, yeah, it's a little bit out there. I like it though. That's what motivated you to go with that? We don't have a lot of time left.
Well, what I decided to do that is because I wanted to make sure that with this film, like, anybody can do something dramatic and use people, but I wanted to make sure there was something different that would make this film stand out. So me and the people that I work with decided to sit down and think about something that people wouldn't expect, and the first thing that came to our minds was puppets. So that's why we decided to go with it.
All right, real quickly, we're running over, but I don't mind. The puppeteer, were you the puppeteer, or how did that work?
Actually, the two people I work with, specifically, my friends from UN people who are in the TCF department, like, I got with them, and they ended up being the people who, like, worked on the puppeteering part. It was Joe Wilfield and another friend named Rennie Gramatka, and what was great about it is that by the time they were done, they could have been on Sesame Street or something like that because they got so good with actually using it. Yeah.
All right, so for Xavier, thank you very much for being with us today, and congratulations, and best of luck in your future endeavors.
Thank you.
Maybe we'll be seeing you on Hollywood Minute at the end of the show one day.
Hopefully.
All righty. Xavier has at least two films online that you can watch, Portrait of a Storm and Bottom of a Glass. They're both award winners, and you can find them by searching for their titles on YouTube.com.